So let's read the question. If the pth term of an AP is Q and the qth term is P, prove that its nth term is P plus Q minus N. So let's begin. The first step is write down what is given to you. The pth term of an AP is Q. So pth term is equal to Q. Next, the qth term, meaning AQ, is equal to P. So we're given two conditions. Based on these two conditions, we'll get two equations. We'll solve for A and D and then get the answer. So let's begin. So what do I mean by pth term? It means A plus P minus 1 into D is equal to Q. Is this clear? Let me further simplify this. So A plus PD minus D is equal to Q. Call this equation number 1. Similarly, qth term is P. So qth term means A plus Q minus 1 into D is equal to P. So I'll say A plus Q into D, QD minus D is equal to P. This is equation number 2. So we basically have two equations. Now an AP is uniquely determined by two variables A and D. So using these two equations, we'll solve for A and D. So I'll copy this equation below over here. A plus QD minus D is equal to P. So basically we have to solve for A and D. If you notice, the coefficient of A is same in both the equations. So just subtract the two equations. So we have equation number 1 minus equation number 2. So equation 1 minus equation 2 means LHS of equation 1. So A plus PD minus D minus LHS of equation 2. Remember, minus sign, hence a bracket. So LHS of equation 2 is equal to RHS of equation 1 minus RHS of equation 2. So let's simplify this. So A plus PD minus D minus into A minus A minus into plus QD minus QD minus into minus D plus D is equal to Q minus P. So A minus A gone, minus D plus D gone. So we have PD minus QD is equal to Q minus P. So from here I'll take D common. So D into P minus Q is equal to Q minus P. So I'll continue this over here. So we have D into P minus Q is equal to Q minus P. So from here we get D is equal to Q minus P upon P minus Q. Now what is Q minus P upon P minus Q? As you can see, the terms are same but sign is interchange. Plus Q minus P plus P. So what I'm going to do is just multiply numerator and denominator by minus 1. So into minus 1 by minus 1. As long as we multiply divide by the same number, value remains the same. Now see what will happen. Q multiplied by minus 1 is minus Q. Minus P into minus 1 is plus P upon P minus Q into minus 1. So I can read that minus Q plus P is the same thing as plus P minus Q upon P minus Q into minus 1. So this and this cancel. So from here we get the value of D is equal to 1 upon minus 1, that is minus 1. Right? In general, whenever you have same terms and opposite sign, you can just cancel and make it minus 1. I repeat, what did I do? Just multiply by minus 1, leave this minus 1 as it is. Q minus P into minus 1 is basically P minus Q. So the reason I did it, so these two cancel. So we get the answer D is equal to minus 1. So D. So we get the answer D is equal to minus 1. Now that we have D, how do we get the value of A? Just take any of these two equations. Let's say I take the first one. So I have A plus PD minus D is equal to Q. Right? Just substitute D as minus 1 over here. So A plus P multiplied by D. What is the value of D? Minus 1. Minus D. So minus D, that is D is minus 1, is equal to Q. Just substitute. So let's solve this. So A plus P into minus P is minus P plus 1 is equal to Q. So from here we get A is equal to Q minus P become plus P minus 1. So basically the value we get from here is A is equal to P plus Q minus 1. So whenever you have such type of questions, if you're given two conditions, you'll have two equations. Solve the two equations for A and D. D is minus 1 and A is P plus Q minus 1. Now what do we have to find? We have to find its nth term. So write down the formula. Nth term is A plus n minus 1 into D. Now just plug in the values. So what is A? It is P plus Q minus 1 plus n minus 1 into D. What is the value of D? Minus 1. Just solve this. So P plus Q minus 1, n into minus 1 minus n, minus 1 into minus 1 plus 1. So minus 1 and plus 1 gone. So from here we get nth term is equal to what remains? P plus Q minus N. So P plus Q minus N, which is exactly what we're to prove over here. So hence proved. As simple as that. So don't be scared by such questions. I can understand if you don't see numbers, you get a bit scared. Don't worry at all. Just go systematically. Begin with what is given to you. Two conditions are given to us. Hence formulate the two equations. Solve these two equations for A and D. Why am I saying so? An AP is uniquely determined by A and D. First term common difference. So just solve these two equations for A and D. D is minus 1. A is this. Now nth term we have to find. Write down the formula for nth term. Plug in the values of A and D. This is A. So this over here is A and this over here is D. Solve, you'll get your required answer. Right? So this is how you solve such type of questions.